When it comes to horror, nothing is more chilling than a demon that's after your soul, especially if you're a child. These movies aren't just about jump scares or haunted houses. They're about supernatural evil with a purpose, to corrupt, possess, or claim the souls of the innocent. Today, I'm breaking down 8 of the most terrifying horror movies where the demon's primary goal is to steal a soul. For each film, I'll explain the story, the demon's methods, and, most importantly, whether evil actually wins in the end. If you love deep dives into the darkest corners of horror, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video. Let's get into it. The Conjuring 2, 2016. The Conjuring 2 takes us to Enfield, England, where a series of escalating supernatural events torment the Hodgson family. At first, it seems like a classic poltergeist haunting, with furniture moving, strange voices, and Janet, the youngest daughter, being thrown across the room by an unseen force. But as the Warrens dig deeper, it becomes clear that something far more sinister is at work. The true force behind the terror is Valak, the demon nun, whose goal is to possess the soul of young Janet Hodgson. Valak is a master manipulator, isolating Janet from her family, making her the focus of the haunting, and even using the ghost of Bill Wilkins as a puppet to mask its true intentions. The demon's attacks are relentless. Janet is levitated, nearly drowned, and tormented with visions that make her question her own sanity. Valak's power is so great that it can even manipulate the Warrens, using their faith against them and nearly driving them apart. The film's climax is a race against time as Lorraine Warren, through a vision, discovers Valak's true name. By speaking the name aloud, she's able to banish the demon and save Janet. But the victory feels fragile. Valak is banished, but the threat lingers, and the sense of evil's persistence is what makes this film so haunting. The demon doesn't win this time, but it's clear that its story is far from over. The Exorcist, 1973. The Exorcist is the gold standard for possession horror. 12-year-old Regan becomes the target of Pazuzu, an ancient Mesopotamian demon whose mission is to corrupt and destroy her soul. The possession starts subtly. Strange noises, objects moving, Regan's personality changing, but quickly escalates into full-blown supernatural warfare. Regan's body is twisted, her voice becomes inhuman, and the demon uses blasphemy, violence, and psychological torment to break the faith of everyone around her. Pazuzu's goal isn't just to torment Regan, but to shatter the faith of the priests, especially Father Karras, who is already struggling with doubt. The demon's attacks are both physical and psychological, targeting the deepest fears and insecurities of everyone involved. The exorcism scenes are legendary for their intensity, with Regan levitating, speaking in tongues, and displaying knowledge she couldn't possibly have. The battle for Regan's soul is brutal, and while Father Karras ultimately sacrifices himself to save her, the scars left behind are permanent. Evil is pushed back, but never truly destroyed. The film's ending is bittersweet. Regan is saved, but at the cost of Karras' life and the innocence of everyone involved. The demon doesn't win, but it leaves a mark that never fully heals. The Prodigy, 2019. The Prodigy takes the soul-stealing concept in a chilling new direction. The soul of a serial killer possesses young Miles, Edward Skarka, who died at the exact moment Miles was born. As Miles grows, his parents notice disturbing changes. He speaks Hungarian in his sleep, displays violent tendencies, and seems to know things he shouldn't. Skarka's spirit wants to fully take over Miles's body and soul, erasing the child's personality and using him to continue his murderous work. The film blurs the line between psychological and supernatural horror as Miles's mother desperately tries to save her son. She consults psychologists, spiritualists, and even attempts to kill Skarka's last victim to break the curse. But the demon's grip is too firm. The final act is a gut-wrenching descent into darkness, as Miles's mother realizes she can't save her son without becoming a killer herself. In the end, despite her efforts, Skarka's soul ultimately takes complete control of Miles, leaving the real child lost forever. The film's final scene, with Miles staring coldly into the camera, is a chilling reminder that sometimes evil prevails and innocence is lost forever. The Omen, 1976. The Omen is the ultimate evil child movie. Robert Thorne adopts a baby, Damien, unaware that the child is actually the Antichrist. As Damien grows, those around him die in increasingly mysterious and violent ways. Nannies hang themselves, priests are impaled, and even animals sense Damien's true nature. The demonic plan is to use Damien's soul as a vessel for ultimate evil, corrupting the world from within. The film's sense of inescapable fate is what makes it so terrifying. No matter what Robert does, he can't stop the rise of evil. The supernatural events escalate, and the signs become impossible to ignore. The chilling 666 birthmark, the mysterious deaths, and the cult of followers all point to Damien's true identity. In the end, Robert's attempt to kill Damien fails, and the boy survives, standing at his parents' funeral with a chilling smile. The demon's victory is absolute, and the world is left at the mercy of the Antichrist. Evil is just getting started, and there's nothing anyone can do to stop it. Mama, 2013. Mama is a different kind of soul stealer. After a tragic accident, two young girls are left alone in the woods, cared for by a mysterious entity they call Mama. When they're found and taken in by relatives, Mama's ghost follows, determined to keep the children for herself. Her love is twisted and possessive. She wants to keep and possess the souls of the girls, seeing them as replacements for her own lost child. The film's visuals are haunting, with Mama's supernatural form stalking the children and their new family. The attacks escalate from eerie whispers and shadowy figures to full-on supernatural assaults. Mama's presence is felt in every corner of the house, and her influence grows stronger as the girls become more attached to her. In the end, one of the girls chooses to go with Mama into the afterlife, while the other is saved. Mama gets what she wants, at least in part, proving that her supernatural hold is nearly impossible to break. The film's final scene, with Mama and the girl disappearing into the mist, is both heartbreaking and terrifying. The Possession, 2012. The Possession brings us the Dybbuk box, a cursed object from Jewish folklore. When young Em buys the box at a yard sale, she unwittingly releases Asmodeus, a powerful demon who seeks to possess her soul. The Dybbuk manipulates Em's body and mind, causing disturbing physical changes and violent outbursts. The family's attempts to save her lead to a harrowing exorcism, but the demon's grip is strong. The exorcism is performed by a Hasidic rabbi, and the ritual is intense, with Em's body contorting and the demon fighting back every step of the way. The Dybbuk's power is tied to the box, and as long as it remains intact, the threat persists. The film's use of real-life Dybbuk box legends adds an extra layer of fear, making the supernatural horror feel all too real. In the end, the Dybbuk is trapped back in the box, but the final scene hints that the evil isn't gone for good. The box is still out there, waiting for its next victim. The demon doesn't win outright, but it's never truly defeated. The Curse of La Llorona, 2019. The Curse of La Llorona taps into Mexican legend, telling the story of the weeping woman who drowned her own children and now seeks to claim the souls of others to replace them. A social worker and her children become the latest targets of La Llorona's relentless pursuit. The entity's goal is simple: find and drown new children to fill the void left by her own loss. La Llorona's attacks are relentless. She appears in reflections, manipulates water, and uses the children's fears against them. The film's use of water as a supernatural weapon is especially chilling, with scenes of bathtubs filling on their own and rainstorms becoming deadly traps. In the end, the family manages to repel La Llorona using a special artifact and the help of a former priest. But the legend endures, and the threat is never truly gone. La Llorona will always be searching for more souls. The film's final shot, with the sound of weeping echoing in the distance, is a reminder that some curses never die. A Tale of Two Sisters, 2003. A Tale of Two Sisters is a South Korean masterpiece that blends psychological and supernatural horror. Two sisters return home from a mental institution, only to be haunted by the ghost of their dead mother and the trauma of their family's past. The vengeful spirit's goal is to expose the truth about the family's dark secrets and claim the soul of the stepmother, who is complicit in the tragedy. The film's dreamlike, disorienting structure and slow reveal of the ghost's true motives make it deeply unsettling. The supernatural attacks are both physical and psychological, with the ghost manipulating reality and memory to torment the living. The house itself becomes a maze of guilt and regret, with the sisters unable to escape the past. In the end, the ghost succeeds in exposing the truth and punishing the guilty, but the surviving sister is left broken, haunted by both the supernatural and her own guilt. The demon doesn't win in the traditional sense, but the damage is done, and the haunting never truly ends. The film's final moments, with the surviving sister alone and haunted, serve as a potent reminder that some wounds never fully heal. So there you have it, 8 horror movies where the demon's primary goal is to claim a soul, and in many cases, evil actually wins. These films prove that the scariest stories aren't just about monsters in the dark. They're about supernatural forces that want something much more profound, your very soul. What really gets under my skin about these movies is how they make the supernatural feel personal. It's not just about being haunted, it's about being hunted, corrupted, and ultimately claimed by something you can't fight. The demons and curses in these films aren't random. They're the result of human actions, ancient rituals, or pure cosmic evil. Which of these soul-stealing horrors freaked you out the most? Did I miss any movies where the demon's victory was especially chilling? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the supernatural side of horror. Remember, in these movies, the real evil isn't just the demon, it's the fate that awaits those who cross its path.